are very fortunate to have the Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Lulan Xavier, with us.
Now, I would like Mrs. Malba Charlin to introduce our Honorable Chief Guest.
Dear Principal, teachers, dear parents and students, it's my privilege and honor to introduce our Chief Guest for today's function, Mr. Lulan Xavier, who is renowned educationist and leader in the field of education. Mr. Lulan Xavier is a postgraduate in English. He served as principal at States Kuno for 20 years, at States Coimbatore for 5 years, and was founder and principal of the States ICSE school. Mr. Xavier is presently principal at Samskara Academy in Ondipudur, which is a full-fledged Montessori school till elementary and then goes on as an ICSE ISE school. He is married to Shoshana Xavier, a Montessorian who owns and runs Kingsbury School in Ooty. They are blessed with 2 children. Mr. Xavier loves reading short stories and playing music. We are extremely fortunate and delighted to have Mr. Lulan Xavier with us today, as he has kindly agreed to share his insights and experience with us today. Please join in me giving a warm and hearty welcome to our Chief Guest, Mr. Lulan Xavier.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request the Honorable Chief Guest to say a few words to motivate our parents and students.
Dr. Verghese, Mr. Babu, Dr. Santosh, special guests up front, and all you wonderful parents of these beautiful children we've seen performing this evening. I've been to a number of schools, and I always find the people in charge of the sound system cannot keep their fingers quiet. Okay. There is nothing I have not seen this evening here on stage that I've seen elsewhere. And I say that because our principal just mentioned everything has been done by the teachers themselves. And I think we need to give them a real loud round of applause. Great job, teachers. All of you, wherever you are. And great teachers make it possible for little children, right from the kindergarten to the topmost class, to be able to do the things they've been asked to do. And they did a great job too. Can we give them one more round of applause for them as well? We have a great management, and I remember about 12 years ago or so having a chat with Dr. Cherian and on various other occasions with other groups here, where they were thinking about and discussing what is the need of Veerapandi and this part of Coimbatore. And with thought, with analysis, with discussions, with planning, they have come about with this CBSE Academy of the Baptist group of institutions. And you can be sure that you're going to see great things coming out of your children here. Because when you have a management, a principal, teachers of this caliber with focus and determination, then these children are being prepared for the world out there. And the world is changing very fast. And as we saw in that little skit about metro to, from retro to metro, it is a changing world, it's true. We have no other choice but to accept what's happening today. But no parent can afford not to continue to do the things our parents did to us. In the sense, our parents advised us. So we cannot stop advising our children to to do good things, to do the right thing. I recall the principal also saying that our children are being taught to be truthful. What a wonderful thing. That cannot change. It should remain. So whatever the school does, if we also do at home as parents, follow up, our children are going to be strong and they're going to be able to be good leaders in tomorrow's world. And that's what we want. That's what we need. And we see that children have great talent. And what they need, as the principal also mentioned, was the support of the parents. Now he has already seen you supporting the children at the school, and that support means a lot. Whether we are a small school in a village or a large school in the city, parents' support make the difference. And when parents support the school, they are actually supporting their own children. So I have found that when parents quickly agree to do what is required for the school, they actually are doing it for their own children. Those children benefit greatly. And I encourage you to continue to support your children this way. Friends, I have also seen how children grow. And the very varied ways in which children grow. And I want to remind you today that don't get disappointed with your children. There are the ups and downs of growing up. And the child that may have been very frisky and happy at one time may get a little dull sometimes. And then you can be sure that child will come out of it. Parents must remember that as long as you show your love to your children, and showing love is not buying them stuff only. It's, once again, as Dr. Santosh said, it is spending time with your child, talking, listening to what your children have to say, discussing matters. And that is also discussing things that you do at home. Children must be involved in family discussions. They've got to know both the happy times and the difficult times of a family. They need to know what you're going through so that they can be part of it. If they do not know what you're going through, then they cannot feel for it. And there's no point in you feeling sad about it. So involve them in every discussion so that they also have time with you and not with their gadgets. If you don't involve them in your conversations and in all your discussions and all your planning, then naturally they will go to something else. And that's the gadget today. I know families, few of them, who even discuss financial matters with their children. I know families where they've said gadget time is only from this time to this time, half an hour a day. And we as parents have to know what we're watching. I know families where they have deprived themselves of a television set, say it is not suitable. So rather than telling our children not to watch when we have a television in the house, we don't have a television in the house. We need to understand that what is bad for the child is also bad for us. This gadget thing that we have today is such an attraction. I have seen rag pickers with the bag on their back and the telephone in their hand, the smartphone in their hand, and they're picking up stuff. It's that attractive. As I was driving here this evening, I saw a mother on the road with her two little boys running, and they're skipping around and jumping and going, but she's glued to her telephone. A simple family, very, very simple family. But the gadget is so attractive. And as we saw, if families are there to hold the children's hands, take them out to the park, take them for a walk, put away these things. If we as adults can put away our telephone, our smartphones in particular, and show them that it's possible to be without the phone, we will be doing a great service. The smartphones and all these gadgets have wonderful things available in them. There is no two doubts about that. No doubt. But using them judiciously is the main thing. And we need to lead by example. If we want them to sleep their 8 hours, then we too need to sleep 8 hours without our gadgets. It's as simple as that. If we don't want them to watch gadgets and eat their food, then we should do the same. We need to lead by example. So what you do matters a great deal. And how you do it, how you respond to so The one other thing that I thought would be useful to share with you is to note that parents who know what's going on with their children in school and on the way back when they go to meet their friends are the parents who are well informed and can guide their children. So make sure you know your child and what your child is doing and where your child is going. It is important. Knowing everything about your child's habits is very important. I find children who do well in school are the children whose parents follow up with everything that the child is doing. What is being taught in the class, homework given, they know it. I have had parents who come into my office and tell me, sir, this page was missed out, or this paragraph wasn't taught, this was not explained. And I think that's a great thing because that parent is following everything. And that child is a smart child doing well in school. One may imagine that, well, the child is already doing well, why are you worried? No. Every parent should follow up with what the child does. You should know. And in case you are a parent who is not aware of what's being taught, maybe in computer science or something like that, robotics was mentioned here. That's okay. You can learn with your child by just conversing with your child. And I know parents who have learned and told me, sir, I know so much today because I learned with my child every day. Saying, follow up with your child. Know your child well, and your child will be a wonderful child, great leader of tomorrow. Thank you all for giving me this.